a day ahead of non-farm payrolls and unemployment. We'll look at the labor market this week. Number one, we got JOLTS data showing less job openings than were expected, about 7.146 million. That's less. That's indicative of the trend lately in the labor market, the low hire, low fire labor market that we find ourselves in. Less open jobs. Now, challenger job cut. What's that? Corporate layoffs. Down significantly, only 35,553. Down from 71,000 last month and about 160,000 the month before that. So big drop in corporate layoffs. Jobless claims. After 199,000 last week, we thought was a holiday number, 208,000 first-time filers for unemployment insurance. Another strong labor market. So they're not hiring, not a lot of jobs, but they're also not laying off and no filers for unemployment insurance. So pretty interesting labor market. We'll watch for tomorrow's numbers as they're looking for around 55 to 60,000. A 4.6 unemployment rate, but it's starting to trend towards 4.5 in some of the consensus. Wages up 0.3 month over month, and year over year 3.6% is what they're looking for. Watch for those numbers. That'll drive tomorrow's trading. Now, other news today. President Trump and defense spending. Here's the numbers. Fiscal 2024, full year 2024, the U.S. spent $874 billion on defense spending. 25, they requested $849 billion. They ended up spending, it looks like around this year, the House passed $831.5 billion. What did President Trump ask for? $1.5 trillion in defense spending. Will he get that? Probably not. But that means defense spending is probably not going down. Good for Lockheed Martin. Good for RTX. Good for Northrop Grumman. Boeing, also a big defense contractor. That's up today on that news. So interesting there. How about housing? What President Trump is working on is the supply side of housing and telling about plans to ban large institutional investors from purchasing single-family homes. That hurt. Blackstone was down. Home builders, Pulte Group, D.R. Horton was down. Rental home companies was lower. The key to housing and more affordable housing is lower interest rates and supply of housing on the market. So when we look at housing, that's what President Trump is looking for, the supply side.